If you're searching for the best dog seatbelt for road trips, here's a hard truth you need to know right off the bat. A cheap strap just clipped to your dog's everyday collar, that is not real protection. In a sudden stop, that basic setup can create dangerous concentrated pressure on your dog's neck. And worse, it might completely fail to prevent your dog from becoming a highly dangerous projectile inside the cabin. You absolutely need a dedicated solution.
So, to find out what actually works, I've ranked 5 complete car restraints based on crash test evidence: fit, comfort, durability, daily usability, and price. We evaluated them across these 5 strict pet scorecard pillars to separate the proven gear from the cheap accessories. As you'll see, one budget option comes surprisingly close to premium performance, but only one product on this entire list has earned a current 5-star independent safety rating. Let's dive right into the data.
Coming in at number 5 is the Ruffwear Load-Up Dog Car Harness. This is going to be your best choice on this list if your absolute priority is long-haul comfort, and your dog doesn't actually need a walking harness once you get to your destination. The Load-Up is designed specifically for vehicle travel, meaning it deliberately avoids the structural compromises you'll often find in everyday walking harnesses.
It's built with strength-rated hardware, reinforced components, and a great padded structure that allows your dog to sit, stand, and lie down without the harness constantly shifting around on them. Now, the biggest structural advantage here is its low seatbelt attachment point. This design actually helps keep your dog more upright during sudden movement instead of allowing their back legs to swing forward in an abrupt stop. Ruffwear has published their dynamic crash testing using 25, 45, and 75-pound dog mannequins, which showed the mannequins staying upright and remaining on the seat. But keep in mind, while this is really useful evidence, initial adjustment does take some patience, and it currently lacks the highest independent safety certification from the Center for Pet Safety. Taking a look at the pet scorecard for the Ruffwear Load-Up, it scores highly in durability with a 9 out of 10, thanks to hardware that's truly built for repeated use, and it gets an 8.5 for fit and stable comfort on those extended rides. Safety earns an 8. It does have published dynamic testing, but again, it lacks that independent certification. Ease of use and value both sit at 7.5, simply because that initial fitting takes time and you're paying a premium for a dedicated travel piece. Overall, it earns a final grade of B. It's great for long road trips, though the safety validation is just a bit less comprehensive than our higher-ranked products. Moving on to number 4, which gives you a much better price-to-performance ratio and can actually work for everyday walks, it's the Kurgo Enhanced Strength Tru-Fit Dog Car Harness. Frankly, this is the budget option you should trust long before you ever rely on an inexpensive collar clip, an elastic tether, or a thin, flimsy vest harness. Despite costing roughly $30 to $40, it includes steel nesting buckles, a padded chest plate, 5 adjustment points, and a 10-inch seatbelt tether with an all-steel carabiner. Kurgo actually crash-tested this harness with simulated dogs up to 75 pounds, using a procedure based on the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard for child restraint systems. Those 5 adjustment points are a major advantage here, letting you position the chest plate correctly instead of forcing your dog into a one-size-fits-all shape. However, the main weakness is the included tether. It adds another connection point, and that must be attached correctly to your vehicle's seatbelt system to work properly. Looking at the Tru-Fit scorecard, value for money is the absolute standout here at an outstanding 9.5 out of 10. You're getting a padded, crash-tested harness at a highly accessible price point. Fit and comfort follows closely with a 9, utilizing those 5 adjustment points for a flexible fit. Ease of use and durability both earn solid 8.5s. Safety sits at a 7.5. It features real crash testing, but no 5-star independent certification. Its final grade is a B. It delivers genuine testing at a low price, but that tether-dependent setup keeps it just out of the premium tier.
Now, the hidden flaw with a lot of budget harnesses is that they might be strong enough to hold your dog while still allowing way too much forward movement. Our next pick solves that with a heavily integrated design. Number 3 is the EzyDog Drive Dog Car Harness. This one is built specifically for vehicle travel and is incredibly convenient if your dog absolutely hates complicated straps.
It uses a fast step-in design, 2 buckle closures, reinforced stitching, and a molded padded chest plate that's made to sit perfectly against your dog's body. The real standout feature here? The numbered adjustment straps. This small detail makes it incredibly easy to adjust both sides evenly, ensuring the harness stays centered instead of twisting toward one shoulder. And that is absolutely crucial, because an off-center harness will distribute crash forces unevenly. EzyDog uses vehicle-tested seatbelt webbing and integrates directly with your car's existing seatbelt by routing the belt straight through the top handles. No extra tethers needed. Just note, this one does not fit dogs under 15 pounds.
The EzyDog Drive scorecard really reflects its clever design.
Ease of use dominates with a brilliant 9.5, all thanks to that exceptionally quick step-in setup. Durability earns a 9 with vehicle-grade webbing, while fit and comfort and safety both pull solid 8.5s. Value for money dips slightly to a 7.5, mostly because the price tag is high for a harness that can accommodate smaller dogs. Still, it earns a very strong final grade of A. It perfectly combines a tested car harness with fantastic comfort and lightning-fast daily setup.
Our number 2 pick is a bit less convenient for everyday walking, but it is vastly tougher. Number 2 is the Kurgo Impact Dog Car Harness. This stands out as the absolute best choice for a large dog that spends most of the ride in the car. It is a strictly dedicated vehicle restraint, and that extreme focus gives it one of the strongest constructions on this entire list.
The core of the Kurgo Impact is a single continuous piece of 4,000-pound tubular webbing with reinforced bar tacking. Combined with all-steel nesting buckles and hardware, it practically eliminates failure points under heavy load. Kurgo reports crash testing with simulated dogs up to 108 pounds. This harness also integrates directly with the vehicle seatbelt, meaning there is no additional tether to clip in. The main compromise you're making here is everyday usability. It sacrifices walking comfort, it's spot clean or hand wash only, and it definitely takes a bit more effort to fit properly compared to the EzyDog.
On the Kurgo Impact Scorecard, durability achieves a perfect 10 out of 10. That single-piece tubular webbing makes this the toughest construction on our list. Safety closely follows at a 9.5, with crash testing up to 108 pounds. Fit and value both sit at a respectable 8.5, but ease of use drops down to a 7.5 because, as we mentioned, fitting and cleaning requires some extra work. Ultimately, it earns a final grade of A for its unmatched large dog durability and high weight capacity.
Now, you might expect the toughest, heavy-duty harness to win this whole thing, but our number 1 pick takes the top spot by combining strong construction with the most independently validated system for controlling both forward and sideways movement. Taking the number 1 spot is the Sleepypod Clickit Sport Plus. This is the only product on this list boasting a current 5-star independent certification from the Center for Pet Safety. It is also crash-tested against US, Canadian, and European child safety standards. The system uses 3 distinct points of contact to secure your dog's torso, which uniquely reduces both forward movement and lateral movement in a sudden stop. Sleepypod's patented infinity loop webbing works with a broad, energy-absorbing padded vest made of luggage-grade ballistic nylon. So instead of relying on multiple exposed metal connection points, the design effectively distributes the forces across the vest and your dog's chest. The only real limitation to be aware of is that long, narrow breeds, like greyhounds or whippets, may struggle to get the correct body fit.
The final pet scorecard for the Sleepypod Clickit Sport Plus is stellar. Safety earns a perfect 10 out of 10, bringing the strongest independent validation in this group with its 3-point torso restraint. Durability is a massive 9.5 using that ballistic nylon, and fit is a comfortable 9. Ease of use and value rounded out at solid 8.5s. While it is expensive, you are investing in a complete, independently certified system, earning it a decisive final grade of A+.
Now, before you buy any of these, you absolutely must follow 3 non-negotiable safety rules. First, always measure your dog's rib cage and compare it with the manufacturer's size chart. Never guess by weight alone. Second, use the restraint only with a harness explicitly designed for vehicle travel. Never ever attach a car restraint to a neck collar. And third, place your dog strictly in the rear seat and keep the seatbelt routing exactly as the manufacturer specifies. You want to give your dog enough room to sit or lie down comfortably, but absolutely no slack to reach the front seats.
So here is your final verdict. For most dogs on most road trips, the best overall choice is the Sleepypod Clickit Sport Plus, provided your dog weighs between 18 and 90 pounds and fits the chest measurements. If your dog is larger than that, or you just need the absolute toughest car-only design, go with the Kurgo Impact. And if your budget is tight and strictly under $50, get the Kurgo Enhanced Strength Tru-Fit. It delivers tested safety rather than gambling on a cheap, dangerous collar strap.
The Sleepypod Clickit Sport Plus stands as the definitive, evidence-based choice for road trip safety. Remember to measure carefully, fit the harness snugly, and always use the rear seat. Score the gear before you spend, and subscribe to Pet Scorecard for our next evidence-based pet gear